Imagine this. Christmas Eve, 1945. A quiet home in West Virginia is engulfed in flames. Inside, 5 children, from 5 to 14 years old, are supposed to be sleeping. When the fire dies down, the house is gone, and so are the children. But here's the chilling part that haunts investigators to this day. There were no bones, no teeth, not a single trace of them in the ashes. Their parents, George and Jennie Sodder, insisted it wasn't an accident. They believed their children were kidnapped. But for decades, the official story was a tragic fire. Now, a new DNA bombshell is blowing this cold case wide open. Were the Sodder children lost to the flames, or were they stolen in the dead of night? This is the Christmas horror story that refuses to die. George and Jennie Sodder were Italian immigrants who had built a wonderful life in Fayetteville, West Virginia. They had 10 children and a successful trucking company. But George was a man who spoke his mind. He was openly critical of Mussolini and what he saw as local corruption, and this made him some powerful enemies. The weeks leading up to that Christmas were filled with sinister warnings. A life insurance salesman ominously told George, "Your house will go up in smoke, and your children will be destroyed." Another stranger was caught messing with the family's fuse box. On the night of December 24th, after a happy Christmas Eve celebration, the family went to sleep. 5 of the children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jennie, and Betty, were in their rooms upstairs. Around 1 a.m., Jennie woke up to the smell of smoke and a terrifying roar. The upstairs was already an inferno. Jennie's frantic screams woke the family. George desperately tried to get to his children. He smashed windows, but the ladder that was always kept propped against the house was gone. He ran to the phone to call for help, but the line was dead. He tried to start his work trucks to pull up to the windows, but neither of them would turn over. In a final, desperate act, George tried to climb the wall using a rain barrel, but the heat and flames were too intense, forcing him back. The fire department was only about 8 miles away, but they didn't arrive until 8 a.m., a full 7 hours after the fire started. The house had burned to the ground in less than an hour. By sunrise, all that was left was a smoking crater. And the 5 children who were upstairs? They had vanished. The official explanation was that they perished in the blaze. The fire chief at the time claimed the fire was so hot it had completely cremated their bodies. But the Sodders refused to believe it, and so did many experts. A typical house fire doesn't get hot enough to destroy bones and teeth completely. The family started their own investigation. They soon discovered the phone line hadn't just failed. A repairman confirmed it had been deliberately cut. The missing ladder was later found tossed in a ditch nearby. Then the witness accounts started trickling in. A bus driver came forward, saying he saw 5 children peering from a passing car while the fire was still raging. A woman at a tourist stop between Fayetteville and Charleston claimed she saw the children with 2 men and 2 women, and served them breakfast the next morning. The Sodders never gave up hope. They hired private investigators and put up a huge billboard on Route 16, offering a $5,000 reward for information. It became a local landmark, a heartbreaking monument to their missing children that stood for decades. George even excavated the site of their home himself, hoping to find proof. He uncovered a strange metal object he believed was part of an incendiary device, but authorities still refused to reopen the case. Now, nearly 80 years later, the mystery is more alive than ever. A descendant of the Sodder family recently submitted their DNA to a genealogy website and got a match. A woman in Texas now claims her mother was one of the missing Sodder girls, adopted under a completely different name. Social media has erupted, with the Sodder children hashtag trending worldwide. A new documentary is in the works, and even the Smithsonian has weighed in, calling the official no remains theory scientifically impossible. So what really happened? Was it a revenge plot by the mafia? Payback from a corrupt local official George had crossed? Or something else entirely? For the rest of their lives, George and Jennie carried this unimaginable pain. George passed away in 1969 and Jennie in 1989, never knowing what happened to her 5 children. She wore black for the rest of her life in mourning. This story is a powerful reminder that some mysteries refuse to be buried. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as compelling as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest unsolved cases. We'll see you in the next one.